Hi, this is your host Nia from India Today Gaming, and after the very successful wrapping up of National Poker Series 2024, we are here at the Glory Night, and I'm here with a very special guest, Mr. Varun Gaddu, Chief Marketing Officer and co-founder of Baazi Ames. Welcome, sir. Thank you for your time. I won't waste any time. So, Varun, could you run us through your journey with poker? How did you start off?
Well, I like a lot of other players who are playing for years now in India. Started off in college, right? It was a coastal sport game for us. We used to spend hours and hours playing poker. And after college, when we got placed, we felt that there was something missing. We were not able to get to play with our friends, which we used to on a daily basis, right? And then when we tried to explore, we figured that there are not many platforms in India at that time. This is back in 2012, 2013, right? And we felt that there is a huge scope given how big the landscape of poker is globally. And we decided that, it was our founder and CEO, Navkiran, who is an even more avid poker player. He went to the Vegas and saw how big the scale is, came back and said, kuch karte hain. And that's how we decided, okay, let's get into it. And that's how Poker Baazi started in 2014.
Okay, that's amazing. So, of course, you must be aware, ours is a country with multiple notions about poker, and not all of them are necessarily nice. It's associated with loss and addictions. So, how do you see the National Poker Series contributing to a more positive image, fostering a more positive attitude towards poker in general?
I would first like to address a very basic reason for that thing that you mentioned, right? For that perception. Poker involves cards and, it's a real money gaming sport. It's a money, cards. It's a trend which comes from ages in India that, they play, they gamble, for money with cards. Games like Teen Patti have been famous in India since ages, around Diwali especially, right? So whenever you talk about any game, any sport which has card and money, it's very easy for people to perceive it that way, right? But that's where, poker is different from a lot of these casino games. It is a sport. It's proven globally, it's being taught in some top universities of the world, MITs, Harvards, even in India. IIM was a course on poker, right? A lot of fintech companies give poker as a course to their interns to read about, right? So poker has a lot of life skills as well. And a lot of legal institutes have acknowledged poker as a game of skill, right? Now, where games like or events like National Poker Series India come into play is that, these platforms provide people not just the opportunity to win big, but also prove their mettle in the game by winning more and more tournaments, right? So you see a lot of players, there's a special leaderboard, a medal leaderboard, right? Just like you have in Olympics where you would see people winning multiple medals.
Right.
And you wouldn't expect a noob to just go and win an Olympic medal, right? So similarly in the game of poker, in the world of poker today, platforms like National Poker Series India, and proudly that has become the biggest stage. You see people from different corners of the world coming and winning multiple medals, right? And that goes on to prove that, if somebody is doing it repeatedly, it's not a fluke, right? There has to be some level of skill that they've mastered.
Right. So I would also like to add something to it. I've noticed that poker is very much like any other game that we play. So we're from India Today Gaming, we cover games. And come to think of it, if you play poker the right way, it's very much so like any other game. Would you like to give any messages to gamers who might want to start, trying to play poker?
Sure. So like I said, a sport can be seen in two ways, right? I'll give you a very good parallel example which can be easy to relate. Something like cricket, right? So if you could perceive cricket as a passion or just, as a hobby, I would say rather, and, as a game, as a friendly game, you would play in your gully or in your neighborhood, right? And you would practice for that as well, right? But at the same time, if you want to pursue it as a profession, you would go take proper coaching for it, get a proper gear, and take the necessary steps. You will analyze your game, get better at it, right? And then play at the biggest levels. So similarly, for a sport like poker, you can either choose to play at your own level where you're just playing for entertainment, for daily entertainment, or if you wish to pursue it properly, then there are the similar elements into this. Even our app Poker Baazi provides learning modules where you can come and learn the game. There are modules to practice free of money, right? You can learn the game and then practice game, right? And also analyze your game. There are analysis tools. We have a tool called Poker Shots which gives you detailed analysis of how you play your game, what environment suits you the best and stuff like that, right? So I would give this message to all the gamers that poker is a beautiful sport. It's a lot of fun too, but there is a proper journey, a way to pursue it, and that is how you should do it.
Right. My final question to you would be: could you tell us a bit about qualifications of the players that you look for when they're participating in the National Poker Series? How and where it goes from there?
So see, I mean, that's the beauty of the game. It is open for all, right? It's not restricted to any XYZ criteria, right? There is an entry. How the real money gaming tournaments ecosystem works is that there's an entry fee, right? But there are also different competition laws, like we call satellites, which are starting tournaments, which allow you entry at a very minimal cost or a fraction of a cost, right? Satellites or Baazi start at ₹1, right? So it's available to all, and like I said, anybody can come into it, practice it a lot, and then get better at the game, right? You cannot expect someone to just enter into a big tournament and then ended up winning it just like that, right? But there are a lot of free entry tournaments, like I said, running around the clock on the app. People can come play regularly and then climb the ladder step by step.
Okay.
So there's no entry barrier per se.
Right. So if you could describe your motto, the company's motto, and maybe a single line or a statement, what would you say?
So, see, for Poker Baazi, our vision is clear that we want to, make poker a household name in the country, right? To take poker to a level of sports which it deserves, similar to what something like a cricket is, something like a football is, because it's not a game which you can just play. You can also consume it. So globally, there's a lot of sporting content that is available on poker, and that's what we are also trying to create for players in India, right? So you can play, you can watch, you can learn, and you can excel in poker.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
That was all.
Thank you.